Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? We got UFC Fight Night, Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. I believe, who was the girl she was supposed to fight? Macy Barber pulled out. We have Tracy Cortez stepping in. We have a decent card. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to give you some predictions. I'm going to give you a little bit of a breakdown. I'm going to give you the best fights that I think you should bet on if you're on the betting side, and if you're on the watching side, it should be a good card to watch either way. We're going to start it off here. I just got to turn on my bullshit. Here we go. First fight of the night, Evan Elder versus Darius Flowers. I'm going Evan Elder just because Darius Flowers is just terrible. Like, Jake Matthews isn't as good as a lot of the people in excuse me, on that lightweight side. He also lost to Michael Johnson, who's also on the chinny side. It shouldn't really be winning those fights anymore. He's kind of on the older side. Evan Elder looks pretty good. I mean, the cut from against Sadikov, whatever. He was doing decent in that fight before it happened. He just beat Valdez. Valdez, again, not really a big contender. Like, he's beaten no one really. Like, he's beaten these trash cans, these fucking Mexican taxi cab drivers, basically. I think Evan Elder probably will be better on the feet, and I think he will be able to push the pressure against Darius Flowers and get a hard-fought decision. I don't see Flowers getting out unless it's a submission because he's really durable, but he's just not, like, these guys are not the level of competition that the UFC is looking for, and I think either one of these guys lose, they're getting kicked out of the UFC for sure. But I think Evan Elder is going to pull it through. Over 2.5 rounds, he should take you all the way. Josh Fremd versus Andre Petroski. I'm going Andre Petroski just because I think he was looking really good before he got hip KO'd by Jacob Malkoun. It was his own fault. He did get hip KO'd, literally. That's like the most chinny shit you could ever hear. But Josh Fremd is just not good. Like, the Cedricos Dumas win, whatever, like the guillotine, Dumas kind of made a mistake, got in there, and he couldn't get out. He attempted to, it wasn't an early tap. He attempted to get out for a while. Josh just had it locked in, and then he beat, who was it? Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett's terrible. So, I mean, the Trace and Gore loss. Anthony Hernandez is good. Roman Kopylov is okay. I just think Andre Petroski's bigger. I think he's got the cardio to go the full length, and I think in being bigger, he's gonna be able to control the wrestling, and I think he's gonna be able to keep it standing up. I think Andre's jab is gonna be the prime target or the prime usage for Andre. I don't think Josh is gonna be able to deal with the size, and I think he's gonna attempt some takedowns, and I think he's gonna get stuffed. Petroski could take it to the ground. I just don't see how he would. I'm pretty sure he stood with Gerald Meerschaert the whole time. Yeah, I would just take the side of Andre Petroski. He's just a bit better, and I think he's a bit more dynamic as a fighter, especially fighting at a Renzo Gracie gym. We have Luana Santos versus Maria Agapova. What kind of name is that? She looks like a dude, too. I'm going Luana Santos. Just Marriott, she's just unproven. She's not really a good fighter. When you watch her fights, she just looks sad almost. Jillian Robertson got her in a quick rear naked choke. Myra Moros got her in an arm triangle. That's just sad. Sabina Malzos is a trash win. Shanna Dobson's tear. Wow, dude, really? Yeah. Just take the side of Luana Santos. It's just like a lock. I don't know why you'd pick the other side. I don't know why the odds are so close. Maybe there's something we're missing. Maybe Vegas knows a little bit more than we do. Maybe it's because she's from Kazakhstan and they really like those people. There's just no way, bro. Luana Santos is coming down in weight. Last weighed in at 139.5 for her Stephanie Edgar fight. She missed weight bad. I think Luana Santos is gonna be able to pull it through. I think she's just got a better camp this time. I think she'll be able to just put the piece on her. I just don't see her getting a finish. I don't think she has finishes, does she? She has a couple. She knocked out Juliana Miller. Yo, she might knock that girl out. She knocked out Julia, and she choked out Beatriz Rodriguez. Wow. Okay, maybe look for a finish. That's crazy. Okay, next on the prelims, we got Montel Jackson versus Damon Blackshear. Damon Blackshear is like my lock of the week. I think he's just better than Montel Jackson. Montel Jackson is good. He's got some big hands, man. He's got strong fists. His fucking hands are like the size of his head. He's really, for a 135er, he's fucking big, man. But Damon Blackshear is just better. I think he's more dynamic. I think he's better. I don't think he's better in the striking, but I think when it comes to mix-ups and when it comes to switch stance and it becomes a ground game, like during the scrambles, Damon Blackshear is just Dude, he has a twister. Like he's just above Montel Jackson. Montel Jackson has no proof in the ground. Julio Arce, like that's not a like that proves nothing. Yaya, like that proves nothing. This proves nothing to me. Literally proves nothing. Like you're beating JP Buys. I don't care, man. That guy's terrible. I'm gonna take Damon Blackshear, and I think I'm gonna take submission, but maybe hold off on that. People are taking the side of Montel Jackson way too heavily, bro. This is crazy to me. I guess the win streak is a little bit of a cloud. People don't see through it, but you have to understand he got a twister and fought a week later on the 292 card. Like a week later, and he almost beat Mario Bautista. I think he won one round, if I'm not fucking misremembering this. But like, Damon just looks good, man. Farad Bashrad fight, he didn't even look that bad. He didn't even get dominated. He just lost. I would just take Damon Blackshear. I think you should take the probably over 1.5 rounds because that's probably what it's set at. They probably have Montel Jackson knocking out early. But if anyone's going to get finished, I think it's going to be Montel. I don't think Damon Blackshear's getting knocked out. I just don't believe it. Jasmine Davidikis against Fatima Klein. I'm going Jasmine. I think Jasmine's just better. Fatima's 6-0. She's unproven. She hasn't fought in anyone like the UFC, you know? She's fought in like these trash cans, man. Like Sandra Romero, who beat oh my god, I remember this fight. These girls look terrible, bro. And the Invicta fight was just sad to fucking watch. Sarah Kova's terrible too. She's an awful grappler. Natasha, oh Jesus, dude, this girl's like a man basically. This is insane. She's a grappler. Dude, please don't pick Fatima. I don't give a fuck, man. Cage Warriors or what is Cage Fury? Cage Fury means nothing to me. Okay, that is like that is literally like it still might as well be amateur. This is not like the same shit, bro. Like these guys don't make it, man. They don't make it in the UFC and they go back to Cage Fury. Jesus. Just take Jasmine Davidikis. I don't know why you would take Klein. Klein's unproven. If she does win, congratulations. But my girl's from Ontario, St. Catharines. I gotta take her. And when you can see the improvement, I'll take that over a girl I have not seen enough of. I've seen one fight of hers, and that was the Romero fight. She's just terrible, man. She should have finished that girl if she really had the fucking power. She would have. I think she's just underdeveloped, and I think Jasmine's just going to be able to put the pace on her. Tracy Cortez lost. In hindsight's pretty fucking good. Miranda Maverick wins good. Gabrielle Fernandez, Priscilla, again, whatever. Still, Jasmine, I just think, again, there's more you can understand about her than you can about Fatima. Fatima is just an unknown figure right now. Top of the prelims, probably one of my favorite fights of the night. I think it's going to be for sure Joshua Van versus Charles Johnson. I got Joshua Van by knockout. I think he's going to put the pace on Charles Johnson. I think Charles Johnson's going to be able to do some nice boxing in round 1. I think he's going to get hurt or dropped in round 2, and I think he's going to get finished in round 3. I think Joshua Van's just quick. I think he's small and compact. Like he has perfect movement. He has perfect head spacing. He has perfect dip. He has like the mix up is very, very good. He's a very, very, very interesting prospect to be watching right now. He's someone you should have your eyes on explicitly. The Felipe Boons fight, like, beat the fuck out of this dude, man. I would just Charles Johnson is good, don't get me wrong. He is good. He beat Azat when he was an underdog. He beat Jake when I believe he was an underdog again. Yes, he was. Jake Hadley is shit, by the way. Dude, never bet him. I've like never touched that guy ever. He is just terrible. But he lost to Cody Durden, the Rafael Estevam, like the Ode Osborne fight. Like it's just you watch these and you watch Charles start to fade when he gets beat up. And Joshua's gonna beat him up. Like it's just there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Like Charles is going to have to go through a war if he wants to win against Joshua, and I don't think Charles is going to be able to last in a war. I think he's going to fold. I just see Johnson folding because I don't know how he's going to deal with a guy who doesn't give a fuck about the range. He doesn't care about his kickboxing. He's going to walk him down. He's literally the shorter guy, and he's going to walk him down. I'm very confident that Joshua Van is going to win this fight. I'm very confident that Joshua Van is going to piece up Charles Johnson, and I think he's going to be my lock of the week, second to Damon Blackshear this week. And that is the highlight prelim and top of the prelim for the card. We now have the main card. The first fight, Cody Brundage versus... excuse me. Cody Brundage versus Abdul Razak Al Hassan. And I'm going Al Hassan. I think he's just the better fighter. Cody Brundage looks like shit. Zachary Reese slam. Luck. Complete luck. Bo Nickel subbed him. I think in the second round, right? That was like one of the shitty ones. Yeah, Bo looked bad. But Cody was able to stay on the ground. He is a wrestler. He's able to keep that chin tucked away for a while. He had to get like beat up on the ground and like I think he got flattened out eventually and then got choked out. Or it was against the cage, I don't remember. But again, Cedricus Dumas, just a bad loss. Jacob Malkoun, whatever. He shouldn't even really lost that fight. He was warned multiple times, but still. Abdul Razak Al Hassan, Claudio Ribeiro, the Joaquin Buckley split. Arguably won that fight. I thought he won that fight. Arguably could have gave him a 10-8 in that round 3, giving like nowadays standards for reffing. Probably would have been a 10-8, and he would have won that fight 29-27. But they didn't give it to him, unfortunately. I just think he's the better stand-up, man. He lost to Joe Pyfer in the second round. Joe Pyfer was like a dominator, man. Just fucking finishing everyone in the first couple minutes. So it looks good for him. Like, he's 38, but you can't put anything past him. Like, the Claudio Ribeiro, man. Claudio Ribeiro has big hands. He has strong hands, and he was able to knock him out. Just like, was it Roman Kopylov head kicked the shit out of Claudio Ribeiro? Is that who I'm thinking about? Yeah, in the second round. Just fucking flatlined him. Abdul, I'd take him over Brundage. I think Brundage is just... He looks like he's fading faster than Abdul, and Abdul's older. So take that into consideration when you're watching his fights. Next on the prelim, or on the main card, Christian Rodriguez versus Julian Erosa, and I got Christian Rodriguez. He's a guy who's been finishing all the prospects, man. Isaac Dalgarian, I think, arguably beat him last time round. They didn't give it to him for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dalgarian won that fight. I remember watching it, and I remember being confused at the split. Maybe it wasn't Rodriguez. I'm not sure. But I was pretty confident it was a weird decision. Cameron Simon win was good. Raul Rosas Jr., he was the first guy to beat him after Raul was fucking subbing everyone in round 1 and knocking them out. So, you know, he looks really fucking good. He looks like he's incredibly improved. He just looks like, with Duke Rufus, he's able to explore some more opportunities. It looks like Duke's giving him some, like, just freedom in the gym, because he's looking like he's evolving every time he's coming in. It looks like there's no, like, specific plan for what Christian has to do. He just lets him flow. And Julian Erosa is not a bad fighter. He's just not on the level that I think Christian Rodriguez is on right now. I think Julian Rodriguez is starting to fade at 34 years of age. While he may be coming into his prime, he's losing to Alex Caceres, when even as Julian Erosa is, like, he's kind of like a mauler dude. Like, you can't be losing to a kickboxer like that. Fernando Padilla, whatever. Ricardo Ramos, that's a okay win, I guess, but, like, he's not really that good. Yeah, I'd take Christian Rodriguez for sure. I think Christian's going to be 12-1. Julian Erosa is going to be looking on his way out the door of the UFC. I just see Christian fighting for a top 15 spot in his next fight at featherweight, for sure. Next on the main card, top 4 fights, we have Gabriel Bonfim versus Ange Loosa. Ange Loosa's kind of a bitch. He pussed out against Brian Battle. He wasn't really eye-poked. He pussed out of the fight and then called Brian a bitch and wanted to fight him and said he'd kill him. Ange is kind of a fucking pussy, and I think he's going to get knocked out in this fight because of it. I think Gabriel Bonfim's going to come back after his loss to Nicholas Dalby in the clinch from the knees, and I think he's going to put Ange out. I really hope he does, because he fucking makes me mad. I hate Ange Loosa. At this point, I liked him before. I did bet Brian Battle, but I bet him against with Rise McKee. I thought he was better than him. I thought Ange Loosa was going to give Brian Battle a test, but Brian Battle's beating the fuck out of that dude. And I think Gabriel Bonfim's better than Brian Battle in terms of the stand-up. Or no, not in terms... I take that back. In terms of the mix-up, I'd give it to Gabriel Bonfim. Probably stand up Brian Battle, but Gabriel Bonfim's going to be able to put it on Ange Loosa, probably put him on the ground and sub him. I really hope he does. Fuck this dude. He doesn't deserve to even be in the UFC right now after that fucking eye poke thing. Like, if you don't want to fight, bro, don't fight. It's all good. Just call up your manager and say, I don't want to fight, don't make the money. Drew Dober versus Jean Silva. I'm going Drew Dober because he's bigger, and Jean Silva is coming in underweight. He's coming up from 147 last week. He's not going to have to cut any weight for this fight camp, but like his camp's 6 days, and Drew Dober knew about this for a while. So Drew Dober, I think, is going to knock out Jean Silva. I like Jean Silva a lot. I bet Jean Silva to knock out Charles Jourdain last time around. I think it's a bad decision to take back-to-back fights, man. I don't think usually this works out well. I think usually it works out better for the opposition. I think most of the time, fighters who take short-notice fights on a week are usually finished, and I'm really worried for Jean Silva just because of that. I think Jean Silva is a much better fighter than Drew Dober. I'm just worried about the 1 week notice. I may not be touching this fight. I think under 2.5 is a good pick. I think one of these guys get put to sleep. I'm yawning a lot. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'm not really that tired, but it's happening. Yeah, I take Drew Dober or under 2.5 rounds. I wouldn't really touch this fight. It kind of scares me. Jean Silva's really not, like, he's like one of my favorite up and coming fighters. So is Drew Dober. So this is tough for me, but like I like Jean Silva more, and I think he's gonna get fucking pummeled. I'm really worried for him. We have the co-main event of the evening. If you guys are enjoying this, make sure to drop a sub, a like. I'm just trying to get some videos out. We're going to be doing a stream this Saturday from 7 p.m. Eastern time until the card finishes, hopefully. Sometimes I have to leave midway through just because shit happens, you know. Whatever. Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Muslim Salikov. I got Muslim Salikov getting knocked out by Santiago Ponzinibbio. I'm taking Ponzinibbio at a -200. I think he's just a better fighter. At this point, Muslim Salikov's on the way out. He's 40 years old. Like, just retired, man. He shouldn't even be here. Bro's fighting at welterweight at 40. I think Ponzinibbio is going to knock him the fuck out. Muslim Salikov's just not there anymore. Randy Brown was able to knock him out with a straight jab. That's a big problem, man. That's a big no-no for a guy like Santiago with a reach like that. So I think you need to be very careful. He did knock out Alex Morono too, who's a big fucking target. And yeah, like I don't even need to talk much more about that. You should know that Muslim is chinny at this point, and Santiago's also chinny, but Muslim doesn't have the power anymore, I don't think. Not the power, speed at this point. Main event of the evening. I hope it's going to be more interesting than I think it's going to be. But Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. I did like Rose before, man. After the second Carla Esparza fight, I stopped watching her. I'm not going to lie. I kind of got sick of her because that fight still gives me a fucking headache to this day. But Rose Namajunas is going to win over Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez is just not on her level. She's just not. She's not on the level that Rose is. Rose has fought top tier contenders. Rose isn't even in her prime yet. Rose is like coming into it at this point. I think she's not in the weight class she should be. She should be down 10 pounds. But I think Rose is going to be able to put it on Tracy Cortez. And I think Tracy Cortez is going to probably get like decisioned, I guess. I want to say finished, but it's not going to happen. Rose is just kind of shit with that now. I don't know what happened. She went from knocking out Weili Zhang to fucking losing to Carla Esparza. Like, what a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. An absolute fucking joke, dude. Anyway, that's the fight night, guys. That main event kind of makes me upset. It's just not what I expected from the UFC. It's just kind of a bad main event. I mean, I like women's MMA. I literally do. It's just, this is just terrible. Like, you make me sleep after fucking Rose and Furet, man. Like, Rose breaks her finger in the first round. Like, come on, man. I just feel bad, bro, because I liked Rose. That Carla Esparza fight was terrible, bro. It was like 40 strikes thrown total. Anyway, we're going to do the final parlay of the evening. We're going to make it easy. We're going to give you two. We're going to give you a full-length parlay of what I think is going to hit 100%, and then I'm going to give you a small 100% bet that I think is going to win no matter what. And we're going to go Damon for the first bet, which is like 90% confidence, but I'm going to bet this no matter what. I'm going Damon Blackshear. I'm going Joshua Van. I'm going Abdul Razak Al Hassan. I'm going Christian Rodriguez. I'm going Rose Namajunas. as well as Gabriel Bonfim if you want to throw in that minus 400. I wouldn't personally, but if you guys also want a lock, you want to just hit something for fun, you don't want to sweat too much about a certain fighter or not, I would take Abdul Razak. I think he's going to win. I would take Joshua Van because I think he's going to win. And I would take under 2.5 rounds. Drew Dober, Jean Silva, because I think these guys are getting knocked out. And I think if the 2.5 rounds is on Santiago Ponzinibbio and Muslim Salikov, those boys are not making it to the bell. Those boys are getting finished. So you can have a nice little 4-pick. You guys want to make it a 3-pick, switch some stuff around. But I think Abdul Razak Al Hassan and Joshua Van are your locks for this week. Jamon Blackshear's up there. I think Damon Blackshear is probably above Abdul. It's an underdog, so you just gotta be careful. That's all. Abdul and Joshua Van are both favorites. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the yawning. Sorry for the coughing. It is what it is. Got to make the video. Got to put it out. I enjoyed doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed too. See you guys later.